Ugh. All right, come on, Indian Express, get on with it.
A strong earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 6.9 struck the central Philippines on Tuesday around 10 p.m. local time,
Yeah.
according to the U.S. Geological Survey.
What is?
The tremor was centered underwater, just west of Palampon, in the eastern Visayas region.
Oh,
The
okay.
epicenter was shallow, at approximately
Right,
11
that's where it hit.
kilometers,
Yeah,
increasing the potential for
about
noticeable
54
shaking
miles
across
away from
nearby
where I live.
provinces. The earthquake occurred underwater, prompting warnings about possible
It was
localized tsunami
crazy.
effects.
Now they're worried about
Authorities report
tsunamis.
no
Yeah.
immediate casualties or major damage, though inspections are ongoing across Cebu and neighboring provinces. Dramatic footage captured in Cebu City showed a beauty pageant halted as the building rattled from the quake.
Yeah, that's about right. That's a wait. I know that bar. I've been to that bar.
The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center confirmed there is no major
Sorry, it's not
tsunami
funny,
threat, but the local seismology office cautioned of a possible minor sea level disturbance.
yeah.
Residents of Leyte, Cebu, and Biliran were urged to stay away from the coast. Officials warned that aftershocks are expected in the coming days,
Damn.
urging residents to remain vigilant and follow official instructions.
Sorry, it's too quiet.
The Philippines lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a belt of volcanoes prone to frequent seismic activity. While most earthquakes are too weak to be felt, strong, destructive quakes occur unpredictably, with no technology currently available
No
to
shit.
forecast them. This is a developing story, and authorities continue to monitor the situation
Right, I'm
closely.
gonna have a drink while
Updates will follow as inspections and assessments continue in affected areas.
I know that bar. I know exactly where that is. It's not actually that far from where I live. All right. I need some kind of intro. Hello, everybody. We're okay. We're okay. I just want to make it clear to everybody and thank you so very much to everybody. Everybody, Hypnotic and Smash JT and the rest of the Bigger Verse guys, Cassie, Leon, uh, they were all in the chat, all in the in our work channels. I didn't even know. I was offline, They're all, "Are you okay, Will? Message me, Will. Message me, Will." You're beautiful people, and I love you. I really do. So yes, let me get to the point. Obviously, about 4.5 hours ago, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake hit the Philippines, and it was localized oddly around the island of Cebu, where obviously most of you have probably figured out by now. If I haven't made it clear enough, that's where I live. I don't live exactly in Cebu City, but close enough that yeah, I was about 50 something miles away or 60 something kilometers away, just on the outside of that diagram you saw. And you saw what happened. You saw the whole studio shake, You saw me, get very, very serious for a second. Have to take care of my kids. Have to take care of my kids, like that was the only thing I really was thinking. By the way, I'm not going to be especially coherent during this stream. Just FYI, I'm still very numb in the brain, still very much coming down from action dad mode, for want of a better expression, which I'm very proud of myself actually for being able to activate that. I didn't know that was in me, but the screen shook, everything shook. It got. I've had tremors before, few, small. When you upper levels, you live on the upper levels, you get more of it. But I'm only one floor up in my studio, and spare bedroom in my house. So it was moving a lot. And so the first thing I did was, the adrenaline drop. Exactly, Zalosi, you get it. So the first thing I did was, I turned off the camera, told everybody I had to go check on the kids, obviously. It was 10-ish. No, it was coming up to 10 o'clock Philippine time, PM, so Eastern American time, 10 a.m. When it happened. And so I flicked off the camera, and then no sooner had I like pushed my chair out to get out of it. I'm wearing a Will of the Fans t-shirt, by the way. I had it printed, but I'm too embarrassed to wear it. But it's the only thing I've got that's dry because we've got a monsoon at the moment. I was going to wear the hat too, but I thought that I'd look like John Cena if I did that. So cringe. Anyway, sorry, I really am all over the place. So I, as soon as I started to push my chair away, the computer went off. I was like, oh. But it wasn't the computer; it was everything. Because I don't even use the like wired lights, the ceiling lights. I've got a ring light, I've got my blue light, I've got my red light, I've got boarded windows, total darkness. And of course, it wasn't just me, was it? Of course not. I walk out the door. It's just over there. If you've ever seen my layout video that I did of the studio as it is now, I walked out there and I'm shouting, Daisy! That's my wife's name. And no answer. So I'm, Daisy! Yeah. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter, I'm screaming, wife, Mrs. of the Fans, where are you? Here, yeah. They were almost asleep in the bedroom at the time. It's about the time they all go to sleep. She jumped out of bed and grabbed Princess 2 and my niece, who's sleeping in the bed tonight as well, because I felt like that was probably a good idea because of some other stuff that happened. It doesn't matter. But she jumped on Princess 1 like Captain America on the grenade. I was very impressed, I gotta say. Didn't see a light for a second, and then it turned out my wife had the light on her phone, and that was the moment I realized my phone had been dead for fucking hours, and like a retard, I hadn't charged it. It was right there. The charge was right there, and I haven't fucking charged my phone like a cunt. But whatever. So then it was I'm trying to make it funny. I don't know why I'm trying to do that. This is not funny. But it kind of is if you want to see it that way. I'm British. We like to laugh at awful things. So, and I see you in the chat, by the way. Thank you. You're all lovely. I will get to you in a second. I got to get this off my chest, right? People asking me what the hell happened, right? I'll tell you. And massive shout outs to everybody. Honestly, all of the Bigotverse, the immediate fans of this channel, the mods, Jesus Christ, the panelists who kept it going for like over an hour after I was gone. All of you, I read your messages, I read your chats. You're fucking amazing people, all of you, beautiful people. And anyway, so I got to the room. Wife starts lighting candles. They're used to this kind of thing a little bit, which sucks. But my wife still kicks in like the province attitude. Well, better light some candles. For a minute, she seemed to know more about what we should do than I did, But then my niece was in tears. And she's speaking in Visayan to my wife. And I just put my hand on her and I told her. And she's holding my firstborn, who's also crying and doesn't understand what's going on, probably because she jumped on her. But she's like, whoa, and I'm like, calm down. And honest to God, I was just talking to myself, I said, calm down. For the love of God, calm down. You need to take care of her for a minute so that mommy and I can think about what we have to do. And she did. She was a stalwart. She completely calmed down immediately. And later told me it was just because I told her to calm down. I'm like, wow, you're that good? All right, good. I can use you in the future emergencies. Hopefully that won't ever happen. But anyway, so mommy's got little un. Niece's got less little un. Great. Now I can think. So I needed to charge my phone. I needed to take light privileges or responsibility away from my wife's almost dead phone. So I thought, okay, I need to get them out of this fucking house, because if it happens again, you know. So let's get them out of this house immediately. So I went back in, and my wife argues with me all the time. She argues with me every day. She's wonderful. I love her because she argues with me. I said, you need to go outside. We should go sit outside. I went outside and I walked around, and everyone's outside in our neighborhood. We need to go outside. They're right. We can't have roofs over our head right now. This is dangerous. Super duper dangerous. Like, my whole room shook. I don't know what happens next. But I can't tell them that, obviously. I have to be a man, right? So I'm like, I want you to get dressed. I want you to get the kids, and I want you to get outside, and I want you to go sit in the car. You got your keys? Go get in the car. And we'll sit in the car. The car has power. I can charge my phone. Right? That's the best I could come up with at the time. I feel that's pretty good, considering it had only been about 3 minutes at that point, and I was the more freaked out than any of them, because it's on me to save their lives, Yeah. But you know what? We all did great. We all did so very well. I'm proud of all of them. They did what I told them. They got in the car. They sat and waited for me while I grabbed my tablet and whatever else I thought might be useful. And abandoned what I thought, well, I don't know, my house might collapse in a minute. I don't know. Maybe all of this goes away in a second. But who fucking knows, right? I was still clinging to the idea, this will be nothing. It'll be fine. We'll be back in an hour. Yeah. But then I remembered Odette, right? A lot of you don't know about Odette. It was called something else, Kai or Rai or something like that, outside the Philippines. But there was Typhoon Odette that happened in 2021. I was here for it. And it wasted the city. It wasted everything. The infrastructure was gone. It destroyed everything. There was nothing. We were on our own for 2 weeks. Fortunately, at that point, I lived in a place that had generators. I lived in a condo unit that had owners and generators and stuff. Now, nah. Now I'm on my own, right? So I'm like, okay, we've got to get out of here. We're going to go find somewhere with power. So we're going to get in the car, and we're going to at least sit and think about what the hell comes next. And my wife said, why don't we go to the local garage, the petrol station? And I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. We can fill the car. And if there's going to be a week of no power again, because the whole city was out. It wasn't just us. It was the whole city. Okay, at least someone has a generator. Petrol stations will have generators. We can go get petrol. We can fill up the car. We can charge our phones. We can think about what the fuck to do next, right? We can at least get a cup of coffee or something, right? And so here we are. By the way, cheers. Rough. So anyway, we made it to this point where we were at the petrol station, and my wife's like, have we got good enough signal? Because there was no mobile network. Like 90% of the mobile networks were taken down. So it was like I had no signal, but for some reason she could get YouTube. So I was like, okay, can I go on YouTube then, please? And it was her idea, actually. I'm being a dick by acting like it was my idea. It was her idea. She said, go onto your stream and tell them you're okay. Right, baby. I didn't expect that anyone was really that worried. I thought they just thought I had a power outage or something, but no, man, you guys were incredible. I mean, even the people who I didn't even know were watching the chat, watching the stream, were in the chat, were in my DMs, were in my group chats. Like Hypnotic's there, Smash JT's there, Leon's there, Ryan, fucking Sheep City, and even Atreus is there. They were like, "What? Wait, what the fuck's happened to Will? You're beautiful. I love you all." I had no idea. I only found out when I got home, or when I got where I ended up getting back on the internet. Anyway, fuck, you know. So everything was terrible. I'm stuck in my car. We filled it with petrol just in case. Just in case, you never know. That might be my only power supply for the next couple of days. I can at least charge our phones, and we can. They're useless right now, but my wife has the internet at the petrol station, so I get into the chat on Mrs. of the Fans account. Yes, it was me. Don't worry, it wasn't Kira. Fuck you, Kira. Right? So yeah, it was me. I was like, it's Will. I'm here. I can't get into the stream because the signal's so fucking weak, but it's me. We're okay. We're alive. We're okay. And that's where about the time I realized how many of you wonderful people were really panicking about us. And that's lovely. That's really lovely. I really appreciate that in ways that I can't articulate right now. And probably never will be able to. Kira of the Fans, right? Yeah. You think you can cure us? You can't cure anything. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you knew it was us. Yeah, right, James Up. I see you. I'll get to the super chats in a minute. And you guys are legends for dropping them. I tried to make it as clear as I possibly could. I think I dropped it like a joke, like an in reference there somewhere to try and get people to believe it was me. Because it seemed clear to my wife that, you know, people really were still hanging on, looking for us. It's beautiful, honestly. It's one of the most touching moments I've ever had. It's just such a silly thing, but beautiful in its horror. And we'll get to the horror because there's other people involved, not us, you know. But for you, it was all just a bunch of fucking bullshit, one after the other. It's taken me longer to explain it than it took me to do it. You know, like it was like, right, I got to do this, got to do that, got to get them out of the house, get them in the car, get them somewhere with power, get some petrol just in case. And then I bumped into some rando. Filipinos are very lovely people in a crisis, by the way. The loveliest people in the world. Some rando stranger tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, you should, they don't have Wi-Fi here, but you should go to that coffee shop nearby at this place that's even closer to my house. I was like, oh, they got power? Yeah, of course. Of course they've got fucking power. They're owned by the Japanese. There's a whole arcade. There's like girly bars and stuff over there. And this coffee shop. So I was like, okay, we'll go over there. So we went over there. And of course they had Wi-Fi and power. And that was about the time I discovered that my baby Princess One had shit herself. So I was like, okay, I got to go and shut down the stream. Okay, I got to go and let these guys off the hook. These beautiful bastards have been hanging on forever waiting for me. And I this is the only chance I've got to make this right, you know? So I went in and I'm like, oh, okay, guys, you know, everything I said. And I shut down the stream. Phew. And I ordered a latte, iced latte for my wife. She loves her coffee. Then we had to drive to another place because the pharmacy where we were had closed. So we needed a 24-hour pharmacy. But when we got there, the monsoon had begun. And so now it's pouring rain. There's a BPO, an outsourcing company in a big tall building at this place that we're going. And everyone's been evacuated. So there's like 500 people on the street. In the parking area, so you can't park, so you just got to pull over and put your hazard lights on. It was a fucking that's a big problem in the Philippines, by the way. Stop using your hazard lights. They are not parking lights. Do you understand? Right. But never mind. Today it was actually a hazard. So I walked in. I walked in through some like European tourists too. There was like a woman there who's taller than I am. It was weird. I had to buy some nappies and some wet wipes because we had run out. Well, we'd run out of the house without any of our nappies, diapers, or wet wipes. So we had to do a quick diaper change in the car, which was really starting to stink of shit, you know. Then we went back to the coffee shop and sort of hunkered down for a little while until we heard the power was coming back on, and then we came back. And by that point, I had been able to read all my messages and saw how just incredible all of you are. So thank you. Honestly, bit of a non-event, really. Like there was a big panic and it could have got worse, but at no point did it for us. And that sucks ass. Smashed AT, got to hop in with V, but we'll catch the replay. It's all right, man. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you for being there. I appreciate all of you. I'm not going to share the DMs, but I read everything everyone said, and they were all really, really quite freaked out. Hypno, you're a legend. The first person who reached out to me, unsuccessfully, obviously, because I had no power, no data at the time, was Hypno, and then was like, "Hey, help! Tell me you're okay." I'm like, "Well, I can now," you know. So it's basically that. That was about it. That's pretty good. We're pretty lucky as it goes, you know. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, fortunately, my wife and I are not stupid people. Like, I knew immediately my priority was to get them out from under a roof. And she picked up the babies immediately. It's what you want, right? It's what you want in a wife. And then it was, you know, okay, how many days are we going to be living in this car? Because Odette was rough, you know. Odette lasted ages, and we didn't have a vehicle at the time, and we only had a studio condo at the time. Unfortunately, we didn't have any kids, but we did have we didn't even have a cat yet. So, rough, man. Rough times. All right, I'm just going to read the super chats and collect myself for a minute, because I really am really very numb. Like, I'm thanking everybody, and they've all, it's such a huge outpouring of love and concern, and it's beautiful. And I still can't feel any of it properly yet. I feel like I need to sleep before I will. But I'm like, I know you guys are wonderful. It's just that there's a part of me that's like, all right, what if it happens again? You know, I gotta think about that. So I'm a bit numb right now. I'm not really feeling my emotions. My wife is same, actually. She's a tough lady. I love my wife. She's beautiful and tough. Tough as fuck. No one's ever harder on me than my wife, and correctly so. But yeah, I'm just a bit at the moment. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna read your super chats and try to take a deep breath. All right. Furious Dan for $2. And by the way, before I read it, shout out to everyone who super chatted the stream earlier. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I couldn't read them out. I know the guys did a great job. Amazing job. We'll get to it. And I don't know if any of you guys, maybe you want to jump in, usual panelists or whatever. We can talk about that in a minute. But let me do this first. We will always be here for you, my friend. I literally said to my wife earlier, I showed her like all of it, like about half an hour ago. And I said, we got friends. We've got friends all over the world. We're very lucky. Sardok for £5, legit currency, says I'm going outside soon, so can't stay long, but glad you're okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jeremiah Norris for $5 says John Cena is cringe and he's a day younger than me. John Cena is cringe. I've never liked John Cena. I refuse to like him now. I warm up to him just enough when the time is right, when he's not being John Cena, the John Cena. And on those occasions, I'll always say, like, it's just good old John Cena. But then, they put him against someone I really like, and there's a threat that he'll get Cena buried, and I'm like, fuck John Cena. Fuck John Cena. Wouldn't wish this on him, though. Or anyone else, for that matter. James Up, we knew it was you. You could smell me getting off the runway. I knew it was you. Fredo. No, I know you knew it was me. I made it very clear very quickly. I mean, who else the hell would have access to the Misses of the Fans account that quickly and think of doing that? It's pretty obvious. But for the record, I do need to get Misses of the Fans to appear for at least one message in a live stream so I can mod her just in case this ever happens again. James Up, you're a fucking legend, as always. Zalosi is a new member of the Griff Force, the Princess's Griff Force. And Fanny for the Swedish krona, I think. Is that right? Is that the right one? Swedish krona. Got it. For 50, which is around about $5, says super sticker, which is it's a pair with some barbells or dumbbells. Keeping it up. We always keep it up, baby. That's what we do. And Paul Thomas Ashworth for £5 of, once again, to all of you who are dealing in pounds, legit currency.
Every single person of, that's intelligent, hardworking, ambitious, had dreams and goals, has abandoned England in the last 200 years.
It just says, literally, glad you and your family are okay, Will. Mate, me too, yeah. It doesn't hit instantly. Because I've had, like I said, I've had little tremors before, like little moments where it's like, ugh. It's even happened on stream before. But this was exponentially worse. This was like, I don't know. I'm like I'm on a ship. Like everything's moving and it shouldn't be. And I hate to tell you, you think you've got it all planned out. You think you've got a plan. Then Mother Earth just goes, hey, fuck you, buddy. And it can all move suddenly. It wasn't even that bad. I'm making a big deal of a fuss about it, I guess. Not just because my wife asked me to, but because a lot of you asked me to. And I don't want to do that because I don't want to. I don't want to be a bitch, I don't want to be a prima donna about it, but it was fucking scary, It was like, okay, guys, I'll be back in a minute, he thinks. I need to go check on my kids, he thinks. And then, no, not for you, mate. Literal, like, dark ages for you for the next hour. You're like, oh, Christ, how can I circumvent this? Why am I so reliant on electricity? There's a lot. I can't begin really to unpack. But I'm really appreciative of every one of you who has just dumped, like, outpourings of support. Not just you guys in the chat, my friends, Yeah, I say they're my friends, but yeah, you never know. But they're my friends. Certainly after tonight, there can be no lie that these are my friends. You know, good people who care. Big love. Big love. I really was much more scared than I let on. You know, really. After about 2 minutes of it, like no power, no nothing, and the threat of it happening again, I was like, I realized how small I am. You know, it's not good. I realized how small I am. That's probably the quote I should never hang my my name on. But you know what I mean? You're a man, and this is a lot of my argument against the left, by the way, especially against the trans agenda. It's like nature can fucking wreck you. Don't fuck with it. I still don't believe in global warming though. But nature can fuck you up. And that's the moment when you realize that, you know, you have a lot of power in certain circles, certain avenues you've built for yourself. But you don't have the power to stop an earthquake. And that's fucking terrifying. When you've got two little babies who are confused and crying, and an 11-year-old who is confused and crying, and a 31-year-old who is doing her best, and they're all looking at you. But I think I did quite well, all things considered. And massive shout outs to Daisy, my wife, and to everybody else in the house. It was really, we didn't suffer very much at all. Anyway, Jeremiah Norris for $5 says, I only care that he's a day younger or senior because of celebrities close to my birth or on my birthday. I don't care for him otherwise. Well, I share a birthday with Paul McCartney. Oops. Just doxed myself, I guess. Oh, well, fuck it. Whatever. I am who I am. Now I've done what I've done, and I will be what I'll be. I don't really know how to respond to that, my friend. Cena's a dick, and you're not. Cena sucks off China and apologizes for calling Taiwan an independent state, which it is. So, thank you very much. Appreciate you. I will play a video for all of you in a second. UP shoot or upshut, depending on how you want to. Says prayers for you and your family. Be safe in the entire aftermath as well. Thank you. There are other people besides me, and I'm going to get to them in a minute. This wasn't supposed to be as long, just me talking about myself, but what can I say? Apparently I'm guilty as charged. So anyway, let's change the subject. Let's have some titties. There we go.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanhangera cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger bunk hanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
Hey, babe. You gotta love it. Oh, Christ. Boobs after an earthquake. Yeah. Yeah. You better believe it. I mean, it works in One Piece, right? You have like Whitebeard with his earthquake powers. You have the whole battle of the Marines versus the Whitebeard pirates over the life of Ace. And then what do you get at the end? You get Boa Hancock's tits, and Nami comes back, and now she's wearing a bikini. It's all about balance, you know? Balance. I'm still trying to laugh. John, you want to come in? If you're around still and available, you let me know. Yeah, Laura didn't go to bed. Oh, Laura. That sucks, man. Here, Rhoda, you want to come in too? You can link. I'll link I'll link both of you. You can come back in. We can do more. We won't do news, but we can talk about this. This is fucking news. To be fair. All right, hold on. All right, let's do it. Okay. I was only going to go live for about an hour, but I don't fucking really give a shit anymore today. Everyone's asleep. Everyone's okay. That's all I really give a fuck about ever at any moment in my entire life. Is my wife even will tell you if you ever get to see her, which she'll never allow, even though she's way better looking than I am. She'll be like, "Oh no, I'm not doing that." She'll tell you though. All I ever care about is, are you okay? Can you go to sleep? If you can go to sleep, then I'm okay. John, welcome back. Oh, you got no audio. Okay. No issue. I don't want to sleep for myself. I do. I really do. But I wanted to do this too. My wife suggested it. She's the one who said, you should go live. First of all, you owe the time. Now, that was my mind that cooked that up. No, she said you should go and let everybody know that you're okay. Because she read the messages that everybody sent to me and around me, and she was clearly moved. And to be honest, it takes a fair bit to move my wife. Not that she's big, it just takes a lot to move her heart. She's a tough lady. In no way is that meant as a bad thing. No, we're not hurt, JJ. We're not hurt. We're all okay. We're fine. Even if I hadn't done anything, we would have been fine, frankly.
Now I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, honest to tell you the truth, if we'd done nothing and just waited here in the house, we would have been exactly as fine. It's just that
protocols, man.
Right? You're a man, you're a husband, you're a father. The babies are crying. The wife is concerned. She's lighting candles. I have a roof that could collapse on my head, and I don't know if it will or not. Get out.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Out of my house now. Don't give me any fucking excuses. Get out of my fucking house. Not my house. Get out of the house. Get into our car so that at least we have some power and we can get away from this house and into a clear area. And then, we got down to the end of the road and it was like, okay, power's gone, but basically we're all right.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any power. My phone was dead. And I still had a live stream going. So had to be what it had to be.
Well, we did the best we could without you. So I'm just
you did great, man. You did fantastic. Where's Rhoda? I want Rhoda here too.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on his way in.
But really, honest to God, you guys were amazing. I didn't even get to see most of it yet because what time have I had? I'll watch it, but I did see when I got in, like the chat was amazing. The super chats that came in that I never seen, and I'll have to shout out some other time. Or you guys did already, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm sitting in my car at a petrol station trying to charge my phone off my own fucking car battery, going like, how do I get in? I got no signal. I don't fucking tell these people. And my wife has signal, and I'm like, okay, can I log in? She's like, yeah, it's logged in as Mrs. of the Fans. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't know you used that account. I made it like last year, and she doesn't use it.
Right.
Ever. And she's like, no, that's how I watch, because it's attached to Will of the Fads. So
right.
she gets premium off me, so she can watch me. So I'm, right, great. Okay, let's fucking go in there. And then it's like, is this really Will? Is this Kira? I'm like, suck my ass. Is this fucking Kira? This is Will. Like I'm in my car, I'm buying petrol. Like it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I had known you'd mentioned her account previous to this, so when someone had mentioned, it's like, all right, yeah, it's definitely Will.
Nobody has access to that account except me and Daisy. Yeah, that's it. No one. But yeah, that was a. You know what sucks about it? It was a nothing burger for me. Nothing happened. Like, you know, like my house shook, power went out, was back in 4 hours,
Right.
three and a half hours. We did all our stuff. You know, wife is putting together a bug out bag now.
Right. Right.
And I told her it's called a bug out bag. You should do that. You make that your personal project. And I gave her some money, and it's like, you buy it, put it together. You think about what we need. Make sure we have chargers and power banks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing I always do. Is I always keep my charger.
All good, Ryder. All good, Ryder.
I always keep my charger either actively being charged, or I'm just constantly.
Yeah, you know, I'm apparently rubbish at being prepared for someone who thinks he's well prepared. I mean, like, okay, tech-wise, I was having a bad day anyway. I forgot to charge my phone. I had to sleep late because my kid woke up. I had to drive to school. I forgot to stick my phone on charge, and it was always on low bat all day. And it was one of those kind of days, and you can't have days like that.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be fucking ready, apparently.
I'm so ready. I actually have I have two phones. So one of them has cell signal, and then the other one is just kind of the thing that I use for.
I'm seriously considering getting a second phone just for Discord, so that I can actually keep up with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No. I have two phones by chance. You know, like the phone that I had when I lived in Washington. The signal over a 3-month period, T-Mobile was trying to shut it off because they bought out Sprint, and I've been a Sprint member for a decade, so I had like really great benefits and all this stuff by that point in time.
Yeah.
And so they randomly one night, finally, after going back and forth, trying to keep a hold of my account, they shut it off at like 3 a.m. And ever since then, it's the primary phone that I've always used, and so I prefer it. But then when I got here to my sister's house, she had a secondary phone that she doesn't really use, so she's like, you just use it. So that's my cell phone for making calls. But yeah, no, I would definitely recommend having something that's kind of, even if it doesn't have a phone signal attached to it, just for
not terrible idea.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Norris for $5 says, "Yeah, I wish my celebrity was somebody else." Well, nobody wants John Cena, buddy, you know. But my father's a couple of months older than Hank Williams Jr. 1949. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go, indeed. Thank you for that, man.
I believe I share a birthday with David Grohl, if I remember correctly. I think he actually. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's makes some fun, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right.
It's so good to see you, man.
Indeed.
We were fine, man. We were okay. It was a scary moment. I saw Smash JT's tweet.
Yeah.
And he tweeted the clip publicly, and I played it to my wife, and I'm like, all this is missing is like a Harry Gregson Williams soundtrack, like dun, 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 dun,
Right.
dun, 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 you know, or John Williams just like the death of Will of the Fans.
We were fucking scared shitless. But you know, we knew what had to be done.
You did great. You both did. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, rounds of applause and super chats dedicated only and extremely to these two motherfuckers right here who kept this bastard going for over an hour without me. Like, seriously, let's have some serious rounds of applause. Not super chatting me, actually. Fuck that. What you should do instead is you should go and subscribe to their fucking channels. Fuck me. I don't matter. Super chats. Fuck. I'm gonna get all that. Fuck that noise. Go and subscribe to them. They kept this fucking train going without me for a long time. And they didn't know what the hell to do. Of course not. This is my responsibility. I'm the one in charge of the fucking strut. I'm the only one who can end it. I'm like frantically driving around trying to find any source of internet that I can use to shut this fucker down. And when we
that's what we
back
thought you
into
did.
the stream, all I can hear is you guys talking to everybody else, worrying about me.
Well,
It's so beautiful, so beautiful. I love you all. You know,
Well, like
really.
my logic was that like if we just like went and we let you had loads of dead air, that would be really bad for your channel, which is your business, which would mean that you wouldn't be able to look after your kids and your wife and your
You're not
dad.
wrong.
So
You're not wrong.
we were just like, right, we need to keep the show look like it's alive. With
I would do the same
whether or
thing
not-
for either of you, of course.
yeah, no,
Of course
I
you
mean,
would. Of course you would.
Will, you and I have been streaming now just shy of a year. I think it's going to be like a couple weeks. It was a year ago. that we
I don't
started
know.
this
It feels like it's
It was-
been longer than that now, but yeah.
I think it was like right at the tail end of September. Today could be the anniversary for all I fucking know. All I know is we were streaming by mid-October, definitely, because we did the Veilguard thing.
Build
on
up to
Halloween.
Veilguard. Yeah, you were there for that. Yeah.
So, yeah,
And Rhoda a little bit later. But yeah, you know,
but
this is
I
the
was
show.
always in chat before that, like, I was always here.
I
Like,
know you were a mod
way
early
before.
on.
yeah.
I know,
So-
yeah. I've got myself some good friends, guys. And I'm not just talking about these two lovely, lovely gentlemen here. I'm talking about like all of them. I wish I could show you the DMs. They're glorious. Beautiful. And it was nothing really at the end of it. But the fact that galvanized people so much is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And we're not really like, it's not about me at all. There's a lot of people who have had a lot worse today as a result of all this. And I was going to do this just by myself, but there's a lot of people out there who are fucking terrified right now on this island.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who died today. I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed
to tell the truth.
It wasn't supposed to be a fun show. It was just supposed to be me, and I was going to talk about myself. I was going to do this for the beautiful people of Cebu and the other surrounding islands who have lost people today, because they're very Catholic people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is from news.as. I don't know. Magnews 6.9. Earthquake destroyed a Catholic church in the Philippines. I saw this. Hang on. I actually saw this about 2 hours ago because my wife showed it to me. So it's doing the rounds. This was somebody else's experience of the same thing.
Right.
That's rough.
Yeah, no.
That's rough shit.
And that's, you know, when you stepped away and then I saw your feed cut, that's when I immediately was just like, we need to, you know, try
some
to
shit's going down. Yeah,
keep track of what's going on.
It's the church now.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's in ruins.
Yeah,
it's hundreds of years old.
Yeah. Well,
it looks like that's like a Magellan era church. It's like 500 years old.
Yeah.
Gone.
Crazy.
Destroyed.
Yeah.
Within
you can guarantee the local people will be bloody putting it back up stone by stone. It'll be exactly the same as it was before.
You say what you like about the Filipinos, but they are fucking good builders. Or at least they don't care about the cost of human life to put people up on scaffolds with no harnesses. Sorry. Look, honestly, this part of the stream, I hashtagged it for the Philippines too, and I wanted to make it clear that if anybody ever does see this from the Philippines, you know, I'm here. I'm one of you. Love your country. This is disgusting. This is terrible. This is tragic. I'm married to one of you. I'm not a tourist blogger, but I love where I live, for better or worse. I complain about it all the time. This is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was within like, I think the first few minutes they said it was a 5.3 And then almost immediately, because I kept refreshing, within a few minutes of that, they're like, "No, it's 7.0," and I was like, "Oh shit, this is."
I saw the Bigoverse going crazy about it at the same time, or not at the same time, but much later. I read back, and there's like Hypno's like saying this and Smash JT saying that, and God, it's gone up to 7.0 now. Fuck, and now it's down to 6.9. Originally, it was reported as a 5.3.
Right.
Yeah,
and I was terrified.
Rufus Grimm gave us all that information, and I
know, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw your tweets. I saw your texts. I saw your Discord chats. You're all fucking incredible. I don't know what to say. Nothing really happened to me. I was okay.
You were tested.
the fact,
you did a
well,
great job.
we would have done the same thing for John, and you and John would have done the same thing for me. So
of course, yeah.
Fuck it. We're mates. That's all it is.
It's beautiful. We're mates. Exactly. Yeah. And it seems that I have a lot of mates in a lot of countries, and you have friends. You have mates. You have mates. Mates isn't good enough. We're friends.
Yeah.
Mates is like, oh, we're mates. I know that guy. He's a mate of mine. Yeah. No, you're my friends, and the people in the Bigoverse are my friends. These people reached out and were genuinely fucking really worried. Like even Steph from Geeks and Gamers was in there going, "Oh my God, is he all right?" Yeah, I'm like, wow, I didn't know everybody cared that much.
Yeah, well,
and I would like to defer the care that's been, because I'm okay. Really, I'm okay.
Excellent.
And you should defer that to the people who are not, because there are people in Bogo City and other places on the island that silly city names aside, there are people who are dead there. They've died today.
Yeah.
In this same thing that shook my house, killed people. There's a lot of mothers and fathers who lost their sons and daughters, and a lot of sons and daughters who lost their mother and fathers. It's a dark fucking day.
If you were in the epicenter of that,
if I'd been in the epicenter, there's probably a good chance I wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
Whether I'm alive or not, I wouldn't be back in my studio. I was thinking when I drove my family away earlier, because I was just going to get them to sit in the car and we were going to sort of back away from the house a bit. It's just like, well, why don't we go get some petrol? I'm like, yeah, you're right. We should have petrol in case this goes on for days. Because we lived through Typhoon Odette that happened to Cebu as well. And that slammed into the center of Cebu City and made it look like Fallout 3.
Right.
It was grim. I remember there were camps of people sitting outside malls waiting to go in and charge their phones. It was grim. And then that all came flashing back to me. I bought my Christmas dinner that year from 7-Eleven.
Right.
Because I didn't have power to cook. I was like, okay, this is going to happen. We're going to at least have enough petrol in the fucking tank that I can run the car, go places, and we could charge our phones off the car battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my second thought after, are my kids and wife alive and okay,
Yeah.
Which is another wonderful argument against EVs.
Yeah, fuck them, man.
You need your own bloody generator, even if it's in your motor.
Well,
I don't give a fuck. I live and I want to live, right? And I will live by any means necessary, whether that's burning up old damn dinosaurs or Elon's beautiful future of fucking dead batteries that can't be buried properly.
Right. And that's the misnomer about EVs.
And let's not forget about cobalt mining.
Well, there's no infrastructure in place for everyone in the world to have an electric car, because the electrical cost, it'll
take 1,000 years for that. Well, maybe not 1,000, but 200 probably.
But yeah, the grid would be overloaded.
They have electric cars here. They have this company called BYD.
Yeah.
Build your dreams.
Yeah.
It couldn't. I mean, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and Google it for the first time. ever, and
That
I'm
sounds
going to
like
assume
strange
that it
to
must be Chinese, right? It
Mm.
must be.
Yeah, and even if the power going in your vehicle is coming out of a wall plug, it's still connected to a generator, a hydroelectric plant, or
owned
a
by
coal plant.
Chinese Filipinos, owned by chips.
Yep, sounds right.
Chinese Filipinos chips. Racist as fuck, by the way. Don't call them that. And don't call Filipinos flips either, ever. Because that stands for fucking little island people.
Mhm.
We love you, Philippines, my friends.
Indeed.
I live here. I'm in part doing this because I want to express how sorry I feel for a lot of people who were not as lucky as me today.
Yeah. No, this is the news for the day. To be quite honest, the
CNN
actual news.
has this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read it.
They
It's
put
just
it
that
like
it's
it's a small
on
web
CNN.
forecast thing.
Yeah.
So sorry, Rhoda. Go on. What?
Yeah, I don't know if it's been updated, but at the time they put it down as a small fucking weather forecast thing.
Yeah. Weather forecasts have never been right in any country ever in the land. Filipino weather forecasts are especially wrong.
Yeah.
Much like one time I told my father, you know, all those jokes you made about Irish people when we were growing up? Well, I think they lost the belt a long time ago to the Philippines.
Right. Yeah, there was a moment, and I don't know if this is just because it's like clued into me when I was doing Google search, trying to find out what was going on over there. But we were at the top of the Google search, like this stream that was going on. It was
this stream?
Yeah, JT's tweet about it. His post on X.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would have done it.
Going on X.
Jesus Christ. For a moment, my face freaking out about this earthquake was the number one thing in the world about this earthquake.
Well, it was a shot similar to this. It wasn't. It was just a random screen grab from the stream where we're all over here on the side panel. But yeah, at least for a moment, I saw it. I was like, well, that's something I never thought I'd see.
We were number one in the world in the news for a little while.
Yeah. So that was
yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna begin to celebrate that.
Yeah, no. And it was like I said, it was something I was like, wow, this is strange.
That's extremely
and
lucky and probably will benefit us in no way whatsoever.
No, and I don't look at it as something that's gonna
it's not. It's not necessarily a good thing. It's like, we were the first to accidentally report on a massive national tragedy. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, no, it's very rare that you're in the middle of something.
I was the guy who was streaming in the Philippines at the time.
Right.
Strong earthquake in central Philippines sends people out of homes and sparks tsunami warning. By the way, the Indian Express is even more sensationalist than we're being. This was the picture they put.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that look like Grand Theft Auto made it or something? Like that's exploitative as fuck. Earthquake. Click on me. As
when you
people
call it
die.
Team America, you are not wrong.
Do you know what I mean? Right? Like I tried to make a thumbnail that was like relative to what I was talking about for this stream very quickly, and I put my face in it, and I didn't have many options. I got laughing like this. That's not good. You can't do that because I'm actually okay. So I just went with the sort of bog standard curious face, and I was like, right, I don't want to be too exploitative right now, but I want people to know what I'm talking about when they click on it.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the map and my face.
Yeah.
And we're okay.
When I first saw that you had made the post, I thought you might have just done like a video post. And so I went back to the beginning and I saw the beginning of the news.
No.
And then I was like, oh no. I was like, this is live. And that's when I popped in.
Honestly, I was done for the day. I was gonna sit down, have a few shots, and fucking calm the shit down and go to bed in my sofa bed because I told my wife to make sure my niece is held tonight, you know, because she was a fucking stalwart she's 11 years old, but she's also a little immature for her age. She sort of acts like she's about 8 or 9 years old sometimes, and she was in tears the second it happened. When I got in there, she was already in tears, but she was still holding Princess One, and I put my hand on her shoulder and I told her to calm down, and she did.
Yeah.
Nice. And she later thanked me for telling her to calm down.
Power
Because
of,
she sort of gave me the idea, like she told me, like, well, I trusted you.
Yeah.
And the reality is, when I put my hand on her, I was telling myself to calm down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, man, that's the power of a positive male role model. And there's not enough of that in the world
That's
these
why
days.
you need a man. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm never going to be tested more than this, so I'm going to have to stay fucking calm and tell these people what the fuck to do. Or we're all fucked.
And you're all back.
Yeah, well, nothing happened. The thing is, nothing happened. So, but I guess you could argue, you know, if something happened, at least I knew we could survive a few days in my car.
Well, I mean, when you
and I have a bank account,
you're in a cafe. You know, if something did happen at a house, you were well away from it.
Yeah, I was a few
you did
miles
it.
away.
You got everybody to shut the fuck up and calm down. You got them all in the car.
Well, because they all looked to me for it. They didn't. It wasn't even there was no challenge. Well, my wife was like, "No, we don't need to leave the house." I'm like, "We need to leave the house. We need to get out of here now. I don't want there to be a possibility of a roof." And I was sitting on the toilet at the time because I suddenly came all over like bleh. And I was like, I'm gonna go sit down. You're gonna talk to me. And she's like, well, I'm like, we're gonna get out of this fucking house now. Go sit in the car. We're gonna sit in the car because I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know. Do you know?
Right.
And she's like, no. I'm like, well, I don't know. You want me to keep you safe? I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here and go somewhere where the most that's over our heads is a sheet of metal.
Right. And it can move because it's on wheels.
And we can get out, we can move, and we can go drive to a field if we have to. I don't know. And we can charge the battery and charge our phones, and we can run off petrol for like 3 or 4 days, you know?
Right.
And sunbathe the rest of the time, you know? Just whatever. Fuck, I don't know. I see it's coming out now. Now I'm a bit more calm. I've got my boys here. The real emotions, the real feelings. Like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. But I know that we're better off outside with little over our heads than we are in this place with concrete over our heads.
Right.
That was the thinking. That was all I had. That was the best I had.
Travel light, you know, in situations like that.
Get out. I'm like, maybe my PC will be destroyed. Maybe my house will collapse. My laptop, my PC. And you know the worst part? You want to know the worst part? I can't move my dad.
Yeah. I was wondering about that.
He's still downstairs, you know?
Yeah.
Waiting for that surgery. We've got a doctor, but some appointments are tough. And I'm like, there's been an earthquake, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he'd already had his tramadol for the day.
Right.
I said, can you please just go to sleep? And I'll come and wake you up later.
I mean, that in and of itself's got to be emotionally kind of
it was rough.
Jolting.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was rough because I got to get everyone else into the car except the guy I can't fit in the car.
Right.
You know, and I can't like everyone would have to.
Right. Right. Yeah. I was wondering about that, and
I
had to say that I'm.
Well, I mean, I had to make a choice.
Oh yeah, no, and
rough.
Yeah.
If you hate me in chat, it's okay.
To be fair, I think that's probably the same choice he would have made.
I think that, yeah, I mean, like...
I told him the situation. He's like, okay. I was like, just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. I'll wake you up later.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
You know, you're then, you know, congratulations to your dad more than anybody, because that's like a real man.
No, he's
moment.
ready. He's ready.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be ready, but he's ready.
No.
And we'll get him. We'll get him in. We've still got the money. We've still got all of that. Don't worry about that. But we've
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
have him back in chat.
it's just yeah,
Well, I mean,
one day.
Yeah. I mean, getting a doctor to do a home visit anywhere
In the Philippines is rough. I
Yeah.
I have a specialist now that I have a number for. And it's just been a bit rough lately because he's been busy. I have his secretary too now. I have the number for her as well, so we can get it done. We have almost a schedule planned. The doctor texts me and stuff like, "Oh, we could probably do it in like a month." Okay, but I need you to come here. You know, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that.
Right.
And at
But
the end of the day, it was like, look, you know, if I come back and the house has collapsed, please go to sleep. You know.
Yeah. Well, massive respect to your dad. I mean, that's a hell of a.
Oh, bless his heart. Yeah, I mean, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
He would have been fine. He'd have been more crushed about his guitar that's still sitting on a stand next to him. You know.
So what guitar is it?
That's a custom Gibson L5. It's from 1961.
Me.
It's worth about £15,000 to £20,000.
Easily.
Okay, I'm glad I asked that question.
I won't sell it.
No.
Like ever, you know. Anyway, that was a decision I had to make. But again, fortunately, nothing happened to us. But it did happen to a lot of other people.
Right.
Yeah, there's a death toll apparently. I don't know what it is exactly. But it's pretty bad. There's about 17 people that have died apparently, according to a few different sources. 27 if you believe Newsweek. It says strong offshore earthquake 6.9 struck central Philippines.
I think it's right in the dead center of the island from the graphics that showed.
Well, it's not no, like, so the way the Philippines is basically, if you took the United Kingdom and you took groups of like 3 counties and then just blew them apart by, you know, a few dozen miles of water.
Right.
That's basically, it's no bigger than the UK. It's just, it covers a bigger surface area, but there are 7,000 islands here.
So you basically live in Cornwall.
A bit like that, yeah. And a lot of people have suffered. I'll show you. Hang on. This is a completely impromptu stream, so I don't feel too bad about having no plan for what I'm going to show on screen.
Well, a lot of people who've come here from my stream, and I'm way less professional than you, so I wouldn't worry.
Don't worry about that. That's the first time another human being has ever called me more professional than them. So thank you. I've never considered myself in any way professional. So here's the Philippines, and oops, this is my personal map, so the heart is there. The earthquake. So as you can tell, the Philippines is not actually that big, but it is roughly the same size as the UK if you put it all together and reshaped it a bit. But yeah, obviously I live where the heart is, and the earthquake hit right about here.
Right.
Right about up here.
Right.
This sort of area here.
peninsula.
Yeah. So I'm about 60k away from there. It says Cebu City, but that's not where I live. And that's where we felt what you saw on the screen. So for basically everybody on the northern edge of Cebu Island and everybody in Leyte and everybody in Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental. By the way, yes, it's called Negros. I know. It's Spanish. No, because I saw people
It does actually
laughing
mean
about
blacks.
Negroes, you know. Yes, it does. It's from Spanish, which is the same as. So there you go. So basically, I live in this sort of general area, and
General area.
yeah, I'm not giving you my fucking
Yeah.
address.
Yeah.
And
Just gave away his birthday, so I mean, like,
yeah, got my name, my wife's name, my birthday, and my address.
Yeah.
You'll never find me.
thankfully you're surrounded by the Philippines, so yeah.
Fortunately, I'm surrounded by hitmen on speed dial, so that's pretty cool. That's another perk of living in the Philippines. But yeah, so it hit around here, right in these lines here, and so Bogo City got fucking obliterated. Tagabon, well, not obliterated, but you know, it wasn't
Decimated.
pretty. Yeah, there were some churches and buildings that fell down, a lot of dead people there. And so I feel like really you shouldn't be talking about me. You should be talking about the people in Ormoc and these remote towns here, because this is where it's going to be felt the worst.
Right.
Like, all I got was a shaky house,
Mm.
a very shaky house.
Oh yeah, dude, we saw it on the stream. I heard.
I know. I saw the clip. I saw Smash JT's tweet replaying it.
Yeah.
My wife saw it too. I was like, holy shit, that was worse than I thought it was at the time. I saw it as well. As I sort of look, last thing I looked at before I turned my camera off is like, oh Christ, that's what it looks like. You know, and, but to see it happening, it was rough. But yeah, so thoughts and prayers, please, to many who have died. 27 people, apparently, according to the news.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And that doesn't sound like a lot. But that's
one person is a lot.
27. That's at most, thankfully, at most 27 families.
Mhm.
And I mean, honestly, I hope it's 27 families who only lost one person,
Right.
as opposed to like 6 families that lost 5. You know,
Right. But that's still hundreds of people that are going to be affected fairly immediately, you know.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And this sort of shit happens a lot. It's never happened in the remote area of Cebu that much. It usually happens up here in Manila, and they have much better infrastructure up there to deal with it.
Right.
But yeah, rough. And people are going all over the place. They're tracking this shit everywhere. 6.9. That's the sort of number that I've seen in Pokemon before when I have a character who uses Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the sort of dramatic number that implies heavy damage. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yep. Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of scared people out there. A lot of people on the streets tonight, right outside my house. No, like not my house, my
Cul-de-sac.
yeah, my cul-de-sac. Yeah. There's a lot of people outside that right opposite my where I live is a funeral home. And a lot of people out there tonight holding candles.
Right.
A lot of little Catholics out there holding candles. It's fucking awful. But to reiterate, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. I mean, thank you. It's not great, but it's something. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody. I really do appreciate everybody who chimed in, sent the super chats, and was worried about us. You know, my wife, she knows that what I do has gone from stupid to serious. You know, she knew when she told me to do it that I could make it something worth doing. And it's still small. You know, we're not anywhere near the size of some of my friends.
Right.
But what we do have that I really pride myself on is a core group of amazing people,
Mm.
like really wonderful people who jump in and they super chat me. You guys keep me afloat, and well, thank you. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Like you're all so
Yeah.
much better than you probably think you are.
The odd thing is, though, is because we were doing this stream at the time when it actually happened, it probably actually had more reach on
Yeah.
people's radars about being a news event for the day than
Wrong or right place at the wrong or right time. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And I would like to talk to more Filipinos about this, but they're doing their thing,
Mm.
It's just it's a rough thing, it happens. It has nothing to do with my channel,
all right.
but I do live here, and
Mm.
and when shit happens here, I should talk about it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're fully rooted there. You have 2 daughters, so I mean, this
Yeah,
is
I'm married.
Yeah.
Married and have kids in the Philippines, so I am all
you're as
but
invested as it
Filipino
gets. Yeah.
without being citizenized, because to be fair, my passport still carries more weight than theirs, even if it's worthless in the Europe scene,
Mm.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, it's been a rough few hours, and honestly, I wouldn't concern myself with me if I were you. I would look at the, frankly, impoverished in many cases people outside of the cities
Right.
who have lost probably their homes that they probably built themselves.
Right.
Mm.
The people who are losing their loved ones as we speak. Not even if just due to the initial tremor and what that probably did to their, frankly, less professionally built houses
Mhm.
and the cliff sides that some of them live on.
Right.
I've driven past them, and all of the other shit that comes with being a third world country.
Well, you talked about the infrastructure before, so there are people that are going to be put out.
The infrastructure in the
for
cities is the infrastructure in the cities, it comes and goes. There's, like I say, there's beautiful American style cityscapes, and then just up the road there's a shanty town.
Yeah.
A shanty town that the government will burn to the ground to get you to move away from it when they want to sell that land to someone who they actually give a shit about.
Right. What was it back in June, I think, when you couldn't stream for it's almost 2 weeks because of the power situation that was there in your area? Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was fucking awful. There was so October Sky says, would I consider doing a charity stream to raise money for some local supplies? I will ask my wife if there's in her eyes, valid cause, and if so, yes, absolutely, yeah, in a heartbeat, I will do that. Yeah, but I have to ask her first because honestly, I don't know, who is responsible for these things, and I don't know who I can trust.
Right.
Because I don't know a charlatan from a legit charity here.
Right.
She would, so I'll ask her about that. If she thinks it's worth doing, I'll do it. Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I do defer to my wife on a lot of things about living here because she's my wife.
Yeah.
Like I chose her out of all the available, and there were a lot, because she was head and shoulders above the rest by miles. And she can tell me whether something's actually worth doing or whether it will get sucked into a system of corruption.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask her if there's a possibility for a charity stream. I can also ask my friend Kuya Magic, who is a huge presence here. He and I could team up. I mean, I know where he lives. I could do it from his house if he wants me to. He's one of my best friends, and he's got like 2 million subscribers here in the Philippines, and he's from Surrey.
Awesome.
or Sussex. Yeah. And so we could talk about that. We'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of things going on at the moment besides this channel. I also have another podcast that I'm trying to start with a friend of mine, local friend of mine, Spaniard. He wants to do, just a rip on the internet kind of stream. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do that. And he's like, oh, we need a new channel. I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's do it. It'd be nice to do something besides what I do,
Right.
and something that locals can enjoy too. So we'll do that. But yeah, I would like to do a charity stream. If I have, I know my friend. He'll almost certainly have his fingers in those pies already. He's already managing a local radio station here as well. So I reckon, yeah, there's a good chance that I'll pop up on something, whether it's this channel or something else, to do a charity stream. And if I do, I'll tell you, all of you, of course.
Yeah. Just let us know and we'll put the word out. You know that.
Yeah. But yeah, the Philippines has taken a hit today. It's been rough. You can see the state of that fucking church. That's really terrible. Like that's the kind of building. This is gonna suck, right? The way I'm gonna describe this is gonna suck. But the way I look at this church, when I look at this, right, I think, how could Ezio Auditore climb up this the most efficiently? How would this fit into an Assassin's Creed game? That's how old it is.
Right.
Right? I'm like, oh, I could definitely see Ezio climbing up this. So to me that sounds like it might be misinterpreted as disrespectful, but it's not. It's meant as an utter term of respect. And now this thing is in ruins and it's fucking appalling.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get the gaming offense because this is exactly what me and Sardoc did like about an hour ago.
Okay.
On my Tomb Raider stream, we take out a block on the underneath, and then everything falls in on itself, which gives you the way to climb up.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
When was that built?
I look at these buildings and I'm like, right, that looks to me to be old enough to be of worthy historical significance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means that it would be the kind of building that would be recreated in glorious pseudo-loving 3D by a Ubisoft dev for any given assassin of the right time period to climb up.
Yeah. I mean, that building's older than the history of America, right?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I mean, Philippines celebrated its 500-year anniversary of Christianity.
Yeah.
A few years ago now, I can't remember what year. I quietly objected to it because I thought, well, you're celebrating a bunch of foreigners coming in and raping and killing you and converting you to their religion. But I kept my mouth shut, because they seem to be positively thrilled about it. But yeah, that tells me it's definitely older than America.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So seemed devastating.
There are farts in my room that are older than America.
I used to make jokes back in the day when I didn't have the respect I have for America that I have now. I used to say, like, America is like the sort of teenage bastard son of the rest of the world. It's like the West all got together and had a gangbang, and there's a baby. Yeah. One wants to take responsibility for it, and somehow it got to the age of sort of 18, 19 and stole the keys to the car.
Yeah.
And now we're all having to live under it. Yeah.
And now, thank goodness we are.
A grudge fuck love child.
Because at the end of the day, the fucking kid was right. The kid was fucking right.
Yeah. 20 years ago, exactly what Will said was true. But now
we all need America.
It's the only superpower that's got a leader with common sense.
And that's why the Philippines doesn't have Spanish road signs. It has American road signs. right down to the little badge things.
Have,
that you put
have,
on
have you seen Spanish road signs? I've been on motorbike trips that have gone into Spain. Like they were supposed to be like to Italy and shit, but you know, you sometimes cut through Spain and you sometimes cut through Switzerland. Gosh, Spanish road signs are really, really hard to understand. Like even for somebody who is a well-seasoned road user,
Chris Waddle. You
precisely.
never the fast show, right? Chris
Oh
Waddle.
no, now you're making me really sad because it's made me remember Carolina Hearn, who was absolutely lovely.
Scorchio.
Scotchio.
Yeah, she was great. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, man. Look, it's a terrible thing that's happened. I'm still trying to find the accurate, up to date death toll, but it's getting a bit hard to find.
Well, it'll be buried because it wasn't caused by far right activists or Jews.
Oh, not in the Philippines, man.
No.
They're pretty based here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty
No,
based.
but it'll take a couple days to sort everything
Yeah.
out. Get anything.
There's no.
I genuinely think they will rebuild that in a matter of weeks.
Oh, I'm sure they'll rebuild the churches.
Like,
of course, they'll
Like,
take
brick for
especially
brick,
great
it'll
care.
be put back to where it was.
It's just still saying between 19 and 35 dead, which, yeah, you know, it doesn't sound too bad. When you think about it that way, but once again, that one is bad. Yeah, one is bad. That's one is minimum 10 grieving family members, and it just happened for no reason. So the fact that I'm okay, my family's okay, that we were able, you know, not only able but lucky enough to be able to live where we live and afford a car to get the hell out of Dodge, you know, and then to know where to go, and then to work our way even back onto the fucking internet to shut down the stream. You know, this is a ridiculous feat to a lot of people who live here. So give your thoughts, not to me, but to the families of those who have died today in the Philippines. Good, God-fearing, mostly right-wing people, mostly conservatives, who work their asses off for fucking peanuts.
A lot of
Like
devastating
literally,
loss.
do you know how much a guy working in 7-Eleven makes in the Philippines? Less than $10 a day.
A day? I thought you were just going to say an hour.
Nah.
Fun me. Like I get like 13-14 quid an hour.
I mean, look, I live a reasonable life here. I live a moderately good life here. I'm upper middle class here at most, and I'm able to do what I'm able to do to create a better life. And I've even taken in my niece and stuff and sort of taken her out of the province and given her a better life at a private school because of you. Literally only because of you watching this. I literally this channel dies, I'm fucked. Like I'm literally fucked. Because my child's birth and my mother's death absorbed all of my savings, you know. So
do that.
Yeah. But no, you get paid peanuts for working in a convenience store here. Less than $10 a day. And so, you know, they ask me how much I make, and I'm like, a little bit of money, you know, it's not much. By Western standards, it's fucking minimum wage.
Right.
By their standards, I'm a king. But really I'm not, you know.
Right.
And so these people have to build their houses back. They have to rebuild the houses that collapsed on their fucking sons and daughters.
My uncle, who was a millionaire, actually did build his own house. He knocked down the house that he'd lived in that I'd known since I was a kid, and he rebuilt it. He didn't rebuild it. He built an entirely new building in its place, and he left a little secret hatch hole because it was right by the river, so they had to have flood shit. So
Right.
he left a little secret hatch hole that I always knew that I would be able to creep into, like if shit hit the fan ever. But Leif lost that now because he basically lost all his money, government
happens.
stuff, Sodom.
My grandfather built a house with his own 2 hands as well. It's actually the reason why I ended up in county jail.
It must have been a really small house.
No, well, it was a house that he built. My mother, she lives there now with my oldest brother and his kids. And when it hadn't been cleaned for 8 years, and I was there, it was fucking so vexing just dealing with these people that were pissing on, the legacy that my grandfather had built. Literally just destroyed this house, just infested with mice and bed bugs, and it's completely, at this point in time, it's not going to be salvageable. Unfortunately, it's condemnable. That's
look.
but yeah, no, that's why I cleaned the house, and that's ultimately why I got attacked twice in one weekend, and then
That's rough, man.
So
It's not fun.
it's life.
So while you were watching me,
That looks like Spain.
yeah, I know it looks like Spain, but it's not. It's Cebu City, Philippines.
Make it out.
Very Spanish.
I've driven down streets like this. This is literally how they live. They sit outside in the evenings and just hang out because it's hot,
Yeah. Yeah, no, man.
Which also double as.
Lilith is asking why I say Spain. Because I spent quite a lot of
The
time.
reason I'm showing you this is because while you were watching me earlier on and my house started shaking, this was happening to them.
Right.
It might not look too bad, but this is
right. You're surrounded by
Did you see
buildings.
Doggo? He knew what was up.
Look at them grabbing their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is exactly what you did, and it is exactly what you
No,
should do.
of course, that's what you should do. But look, she's grabbed her kid. She's got him close. I don't know what's going to happen in this video. Probably nothing, but it's enough, right? That's enough. That's all you need to know, right?
Yeah.
This is the stuff that's actually allowed on the news. It's not pretty, Like, okay, yeah, the roof didn't collapse. You didn't see anybody die. It's not 4chan.
Yeah.
But poor little bastards,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here in a relative comfort, and my house starts to shake, and I can get my family out of here, and I can take them in my car, and I can get them to a place of power. I can get back online within an hour and talk to you and shut this shit down. These motherfuckers, they lost their power tonight, shortly after this video, and they're probably still in the dark.
Yeah.
Not very nice. Not very nice at all. So do think about other people besides me, please. As much as I really appreciate all the much incredible kindness and love that I've seen from everybody tonight, there are these lovely little people, basic little people, really.
Yeah, being devastated.
Who drive me insane regularly. When they drive, the shit I've said to them. But no, this isn't funny. You know, this is people's lives being lost. Scared people who don't really understand what's happening. A lot of them, they're not very well educated. They don't know what the fuck is happening, and they die because they don't know how to deal with it. Me, I was thinking, how many TV shows have I seen about earthquakes? I know I shouldn't be on the top floor, but definitely that sounds like a bad idea. But we also don't want to be under the top floor. Let's leave the house.
Right.
Yeah.
And an earthquake, there's
They at least had the smarts for that. They all ran outside,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Instinct.
I mean, if the house got hit by lightning and you weren't in the house, then yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Or,
But at the end of the day, I mean,
if
the
the house
reality is that, like,
fell into the pit and you weren't into the house, well done.
the thing is, if they lost anything seconds after that, like a power line went down or a roof collapsed or anything, that's going to take them weeks,
right,
to get back on their feet. You know, that sucks.
So how come you're back then? You're on the mobile now.
What? No, I'm in my house.
No. The internet's back.
Power's
up.
back. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
sure they have power now too. Well, some of them. Well, I mean, I don't know where that video was. There were probably parts of the island that's still in the dark, but this is like the main sort of city center of the island. I'm on the outskirts, and so we got our power back after 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
That's cool.
you're well,
which is insane. When I used to live where I lived before, we wouldn't have got our power back for like 3 days.
right.
Yeah, you get that where I live. Berkshire.
Yeah. Well, that's fucking appalling in the
Aye.
UK. It should all be at worst like it is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that that you're returned to the status quo for what you need, as quickly as possible. There was part of me that was, that was part of the reason too, when your stream went off the feed, we had to stay here.
Yeah, I know.
Next time we were going to be able to get back together and do the show.
No, we're okay.
Yeah.
A part of me was like, oh my God, I bet they all think I'm dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I gotta let them know I'm okay.
Well, there was a bit of concern, but but also
you don't know if my house just collapsed on me or something.
Right.
I know. I was like,
Right.
I gotta let them know. Wifey's like, you've got to let them know. Yeah, she's a good girl. Anyway, look,
I was like, just in case Will's not dead, I need to make sure that we keep this going. And
yeah, you guys
have
did
fun.
amazing. You guys did amazingly.
Yeah,
Like, really.
I mean, John did all the research, and
I know.
I did all the.
You can't put it on the screen because it's under my control. Like, you can't present anything. I know. The whole time I'm like, oh fuck, those poor bastards. If they're still there, and if they're not, I understand. But if they're not, they won't do that. I knew they wouldn't do that because they're not going to leave dead air.
No, I'm not going to leave your channel behind. I mean,
see, I fucking knew this. I'm like, I got to get back from my boys. I got to find a way to get back online somehow. To get back so I can.
You're fucking dead.
I wouldn't do that to you. Wouldn't do that to your audience.
No, exactly. I know it's fucking awful. And suddenly my stream became the most interesting stream. Everyone was watching. It was fucking amazing. Anyway, look, I'm gonna wrap this up.
You got a few more.
Before I do that, I've got Jeremiah Norris for $5 says, my grandmom was born 12 days before Hank Williams Sr. Was born in 1923. That's obviously a follow-on from the previous one about his father being a couple months older than Hank Williams Jr.
Okay.
I mean,
so everything your family happens about 7:30 then.
Your family was adjacent to the Williams family. I don't really know much about Hank Williams. I think it's baseball, right?
No. It's country music.
It's country music.
And now there's Hank the Third, and he does kind of a cross between heavy metal and country. It's very It's Hank. the
Right. Okay. That's cool. Rhoda gifted 5 memberships, which I need to add to the tally. Thank you so much. Did anyone gift memberships while I was gone?
I
Yes.
don't believe so. I think it was just
No,
chats.
there were quite a lot of super chats, but I don't.
There
think
were a lot of super chats. I know. I feel bad that I can't read them out because it's a different stream.
No, we dealt with them.
I know you did. I know you did. You did great. And I feel I'll always feel bad for that because it's my channel, you know.
I mean, it's an emergency situation, you know.
Yeah,
it
people
never
are cool. I mean, they didn't have to super chat knowing that there's no way I can even see it. So, you know.
And we know full well too that like, people were doing that because again, we didn't know when the stream was.
Yeah, for all they knew, I was fucking out of pocket, and I'm gonna have to fucking need that money to get my house back online. To be honest, I'm probably gonna need that money anyway. So, thank you. Honestly, you guys have been amazing. The last of the month too. It's been a rough fucking day. Rough.
Yeah,
rough
I haven't
fucking
been
day.
the best.
I'm gonna go check on my family
wanna-
in a minute and make sure they're all still asleep and peaceful. I'm gonna crash on this sofa bed for hopefully the last time. Just give me a bad back, and then we'll get back to normal starting tomorrow. What were you saying, Rhoda?
Yeah, and with my shit, like my Mario streams are getting no fucking views whatsoever, and my Tomb Raider streams are getting way more views than I could expect with a channel my size. So apparently Lara is more popular than Mario now, or Tuesday is more popular than Monday.
I will explain to you in no uncertain terms why that is.
Come here, baby. Let me show something good. Something good. Something good. Something
That is the most relieved I've ever been to see that.
I couldn't in good conscience play the sad trombone today. You guys have been amazing.
So,
All right, guys. You want to do outros, Rhoda? What's
okay.
coming up?
Yeah, I mean that was awesome. Like I try to not to. I guess we can get a thing going here, goon like John. But once you get to the clever,
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
liking Claire Redfield's breast is gay now. Gosh, what are they going to think of next?
You said Goonfinger John.
No, I didn't.
goon like John.
Okay.
It's all right. You've been through a lot today. It's okay.
Anyway, I mean, playing with fucking clips, man, it's they're funny and people like it.
Now go on, do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah. So apparently, I like Claire Redfield and that. I'm just so glad that you're back, man. Like we were genuinely worried about you and your dad and your kids and your wife. We were so fucking worried, and then you come back and tell us that you're okay. And it was just like, all right, we can just take the fucking living piss out of each other now.
That's the point,
But
isn't it?
as for what I've got coming up, I think I'm on a network show tomorrow, but that there's a conversation that needs to be had between me and somebody else. But I think that'll happen, and I will see you on Thursday, and I will be back again the same damn Thursday with some Final Fantasy. Don't you worry about that. And thank you so much for having me. And I'm so glad you're all right. Just love you guys.
Yeah, I love you too, man. No
Good that we
homo.
can all be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good we can all be here.
Yeah, you know.
Circumstances. To
Couldn't
kind
have imagined I'd be streaming now
Yeah.
with my two great friends doing what I'm doing. You know, it's good. It's not good for everybody, but it's worked out okay for me today. John,
tonight is Tuesday, so I'm back on streams with Toasty for the week. 8 p.m. We'll be going live. We're there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays throughout the week together. And never know, I might show up on her Saturday stream, especially when she gets into bikini mode. Because it's what I'm paid to do is look at tits on the internet. And of course,
not a bad gift.
no. And if you need me back here tomorrow for a makeup stream or whatever, I will be here.
I'll go sleep. I think.
Yeah, no, you just let me know. Otherwise, I will be back with these gentlemen on Thursday. And then, of course, we'll do Red Dwarf stuff on Sunday, which means I got to get season 5 downloaded so I can get all that watched or at least started.
Oh, I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, and then of course during the weekend I'll be over on Honey Badger Arcade for the weekend culture at 11 a.m. Eastern, and that's my general schedule. But again, thank you everybody who hung out with us earlier today when we didn't know what was going on with Will's situation. So greatly appreciated. And having you here again.
So many people as well, and they've all come back.
Everyone. And yeah, like I said, it's a relief and an honor to be back here again with you within the same day, just to kind of bring a little bit of levity back to the situation. But yeah, that said, though, safe travels ahead. Y'all have a wonderful week going forward. Of course, be awesome as always.
Yeah, great. Yeah, guys, it's still really not 100% hit me yet. Like, it's difficult to explain. You think I just have to act. Do what I have to do. We'll probably be back to normal by the morning, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
I think I'll wake up and there'll probably be a few chats, but I think generally we've been very lucky. Yeah, it could have got a lot worse. Although I feel like if it had got a lot worse, I did make the right moves. I mean, first thing I said when we got home was, everybody, I'm very, very proud of you, to my family, to my wife and my niece. And obviously babies don't understand, but, just I'm very proud of you. That we all did
remember
the right thing that we needed to do. I just said to them, like, we've all done the absolute best we possibly could in the situation with no prior planning and no plan whatsoever. So I think, given all of that, we got away, we got out, we got safe, we figured ourselves out, we got back. And that's really, all the best you can do. And again, nothing really happened. We had a power outage, a shake up and a power outage. That's all it was for us. You got to think about the other people who are burying their kids tomorrow, you know?
Right.
It's awful. So thank you so much to everybody who moved my heart today with the outpourings of support. It was incredible, honestly, from everybody that I stream with, everybody that I stream with, down to everybody who just watches and makes this what it is. I love you all. I appreciate you all. So does my wife, my kids. They don't even know you yet, but they will. God bless you all. And on that note, I'm gonna play the credits one more time and leave. Don't wait for me. I'm going to bed.
You need some
Good
rest.
night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank God.